great to have Danny Willett alongside me here talking about, everyone talks about Callaway in terms of the woods and the drives and the distance, but what about the irons? Tell us why you like your Callaway irons.
Well, I mean, as you know, I've been with Callaway now for 3 or 4 years, and the switch was relatively simple. You know, the stuff's brilliant. Each year that they bring new great stuff out, and I've just got the Apex irons in the bag. You know, a little bit more of a cavity back than probably what most guys would have thought that tour players would have. But you know, playability and forgiveness are fantastic, and you can still get the flights you want with the different irons. You know, as opposed to what you thought with the blades would be easier to hit them high and low. You know, the Apex cavity backs are brilliant. Are
they the slightly more offset one?
No, I've still kept it reasonably tourish with the normal ones, not gone too far offset. But yeah, it's just just your ones that I think most of the guys, in fairness, will put them in this year. How
often do you change a set of irons?
I've actually probably changed different clubs more often than others. You'll keep a set for probably a year, but I'll probably change my 9-iron, 7-iron and stuff like that a bit more often, only because I hit bunker shots with 9-iron at times when I'm practicing. You warm up a lot of the time with 7-iron, so there's a couple of clubs that will probably change twice in a year, the whole set generally just once.
And more, how often do you change model?
I'll always try them when there's a new model out. I'll always try them. That's what they ask you to do. You know, try the new stuff. We think it's better. You know, what do you think? You have your feedback. So I think actually, in all fairness, every time a new model's come out, I have actually changed because what they say is right. Every time they bring a new model out, it's because it's better. They won't bring a new model out that was worse and then say to you, here you go, have a go, see what you think. Sure. And it's not be as good. So I've changed every season that they've brought a new set out. That's I've gone with the times. Really. And
tell everybody here how you set your particular set of irons up.
Mine are 1/4 inch longer than standard, one up with X100 super lights.
That's 1 degree upright, is it?
Yeah, stepped twice from the tip.
Yeah.
So relatively stiff shafts, but light shafts at the same time. I quite like to feel, the even weight through the head, not too heavy in the shaft, not too heavy in the head. And I don't really like to feel any kick, any torque in there. I like to feel, like a broom handle, if I'm being honest.
Stiff as it can be?
Stiff as it can be.
Is that right?
Yeah.
No kick at all?
As soon as I feel like it kicks, I feel like it can go left, and then I start messing around with my swing, trying to not make sure it was left.
Oh, right.
And then usually spray it right. Oh.
The antidote to left is right. And what about, grips? Because players are very picky about the way their grips are put on.
Mine, I have to put my own on. Square to a fraction open.
What you mean? You can't rely on a Callaway technician to put them on as you want them.
As good as Monksy and Woody are, they'll put them on, and while they're still wet, I'll go and tweak them. Because as soon as they go on, if someone puts them on and I grip it, and it sits closed or open, I have to go and get them regripped again.
Do you ever think, actually, I'm just having a grip it left day? I'm just having a grip it right day. Are your grips round?
No, ribbed.
Oh, they're ribbed.
Makes it even more important for me to get them how they feel, especially in my left hand. And then I'll have 1 layer of tape under the whole grip and half a layer of tape under the right hand as well.
That's amazing. Yeah, so you're very, very, very picky.
Quite particular.
Are you picky about everything in your life like that?
Most of the time.
Yeah. Have you got a tidy car? I always thought the really picky people with, it's got to be half a swing weight here and it's got to be X 2 tips, the rest of it, would have a car that you couldn't find a speck of dust in.
It's not great, if I'm being honest. Just because I take everything to the golf club. When I'm playing, when I'm practicing, I've got 3 pairs of shoes, spare wedges, my practice aids.
Callaway shoes?
Everything, yeah. Just thrown in the back of the car,
yeah.
Just in case, for any circumstance.
Sure.
I'll always have a spare set of waterproofs, spare drinks in the hold all, and just, in all fairness, my backseat of my car's a mess.
It's a tip?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. But the game, is it in pristine condition?
Well, it's getting there.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, well, it's coming into a very important part of the year now.
It is coming to a big part. I mean, I've played 7 events so far, and we've done quite nicely. But you hardly feel like you've got into a good run of events yet. So yeah, it's coming back into Europe. Makes it, a lot different. You're not going to travel, 10, 15 hours and have the time difference. So, you get to fly out on a Monday, fly home on a Sunday. So it's a very different part of the year, but it's one that usually flows a bit better. What
are you targeting this year?
In all fairness, the main target is to keep the body okay. Obviously, with the back problems I've had over the last 1.5, 2 years, it's about keeping fit and then just trying to perform every week I go out. I mean, we've not missed a cut since Portugal last year, So, you know, consistency-wise, it's getting to where...
When players say we, I'm always intrigued by that. When you say we've never missed a cut, who else is playing alongside you? When you say
me, my coach, my caddy.
Oh, okay, Team Willett.
Team
Willett.
Team.
Like
It's not just me.
Not exclusive, inclusive.
No,
that's
no.
very good. So that's good form. Not missing a cut all that time.
No, it's been very, very steady. We've had a lot of good rounds in there. The course record in Abu Dhabi. Only one last week in China. So there's a few little special bits in there.
I saw that. What about you know, the two letters R and C Ryder Cup?
I mean, it's one of them things. It's, you know, it'd be amazing, but I think just at this moment in time, with how my body's been, I feel like I can play at that level.
Yeah. Would it right now, if someone said you're in the Ryder Cup side next week, it is? Could you play 5 rounds?
It'd be close to be able to play 5 rounds under that pressure.
Sure.
Luckily, you've got adrenaline on your side, so it might be able to push you through a little bit more.
But body-wise, would it stand up? Do you think?
It'd stand up. You don't know whether you'd flag a little bit. You know, 2 rounds in a day, etc.
Yeah.
So it's, you know, right now it would be close. But I played 27 yesterday. I'm starting to try and play 18 and 9 or 2 18s in a day at the minute, just to see if it can take that amount of golf. I've got US Open qualifying in 2 weeks, which is 2 rounds in a day. So.
Of course, yeah. And your next big event?
Spanish Open next week.
Which is in
Catalonia.
PGA Catalonia. Played that course before?
Tour school.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
6 years ago.
Pretty good course.
Good course, very good course.
So you got good memories from it?
Good memories, finished 3rd at Tour school. So.
Got to like that. Danny Willett, this is your life.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.